At once, I arranged my clothes as best I could, called a cab, and drove to a hotel in Portland Street, the name of which I chanced to remember. At my appearance, the driver burst into a laugh. I turned upon him with a look of devilish anger, and the smile vanished from his face, happily for him, yet more happily for myself, for in another instant I would have set hands on him and killed him. At the hotel, as I entered, I stared about me with so terrible a look that I saw the servants tremble. There was no laughter at my expense. They led me to a private room and brought me pen and paper. Hyde, in danger of his life, was a creature new to me. Shaken with anger, ready to murder, longing to strike and inflict pain. Yet the creature mastered his temper with a great effort of will, wrote 2 letters, one to Lanyon and one to Poole, and sent them out with directions that they should be registered. For the rest of that day he sat over the fire in the private room, biting his nails and trying to control his anger. There he dined, sitting alone with his fears, and from there, when night came, he set out in the corner of a closed cab, and was driven to and fro about the streets of the city. He, I say. I cannot say I. That child of the devil had nothing human about him. Nothing lived in him but fear and hatred. And when at last, thinking the driver had begun to grow suspicious, he paid off the cab and went on foot, dressed in his odd clothing, among the walkers of the night, his fear and his anger raged like a storm within him. He walked fast, hunted by his fears, choosing the darkest and quietest streets, counting the minutes that still divided him from midnight. Once a woman spoke to him, offering a box of lights. He struck her in the face, and she ran from him, crying. When I came to myself at Lanyon's, the horror of my old friend affected me perhaps. I do not know. It was at least but a drop in the sea to the horror with which Henry Jekyll looked back upon the past 10 hours. I gave little thought to the words in which Lanyon cursed and condemned me. It was partly in a dream that I came home to my own house and got into bed. I slept well after the cares of the day, and awoke weakened but refreshed. I still hated and feared the thought of the brute that slept within me, and I had not forgotten the awful dangers of the day before. But I was once more at home, in my own house and close to my drugs, and gratitude for my escape filled the whole of my being.